Hey guys, Dan from Old Mr. Grey, Dandalf the Grey, and we are finally, after about 50 years, have a debunking video. Debunking, I forgot my own title. Debunking ghost videos and the paranormal with logic. I remembered it. Before we go any further in this, we're going to cover Connect stuff, SLS camera stuff to be exact. But before we go any further in this, I just want to say anyone featured in this stuff, I'm not doing it as a personal hit piece on anyone or drama or anything. I'm just pointing stuff out, okay? And that's all I'm going to comment on is the Connect stuff. We're going to feature Really Haunted and Lainey and Ben. Before we go any further, anyone I feature in any of my videos, please do not go and attack them. Right? Do not go and attack them. Do not go to their channels and say, "Well, Mr. Gray said this." Right? If they see this, that's fine. I'm not being a dick. I'm just pointing stuff out. I was watching. I still haven't had my Connect back, unfortunately. I'm a bit annoyed. It's supposed to be on its way. I'll have to check on eBay. But I'm waiting for my Connect to come. In the meantime, I have been able to do some stuff with the Connect. Because I've always, in my previous videos, when it comes to the Connect SLS camera stuff, whatever you, on the ghost tube stuff, I've said you can just overlay the tracking data, and this is how they're doing it, especially Really Haunted. This is how he's creating figures which walk exactly like him. they walk exactly like him because he's a bit flat-footed. I'm just saying. I'm not taking a piss. I'm just saying. But there's a few things you can notice with, like, especially Really Haunted. Lainey and Ben, I think they've only done about 2 or 3 SLS camera stuff. There are other stuff, I'm not going to go into that today, but I'm just going on the SLS camera stuff. But Really Haunted, he's been pretty much going all in on his Connect stuff for the last couple of months now. And, like, you know, things are being moved, things are being hit. He's usually being hit by something. But we're going to have a look at a few things, and we're going to go over why that is not happening. So the first one, I've taken into my software because there's a couple of things I want to go over. So this was the one I watched this morning, actually. I think he posted it yesterday, Lee from Really Haunted. And Lee is the purple stick figure on the settee, sleeping, I think, or watching TV, I can't remember what he said. And obviously there's ghostly figures all up in his joint. But anyway, you're going to watch it first. It hits his leg into the table. Hits his leg. And then the figures bugger off. Because Lee is awake. Look out. But anyway, right, that we'll get to what I'm trying to show in a bit now. But that was Lee from Really Haunted. Now we're going to see a clip from Lainey and Ben, Ghost Tube app. I think it's just Ben in this one, so we're going to have a look. So this is him on his settee. He's doing like a SLS session or something, Ghost Tube session. The figure is walking in front of him, which will be key to what I'm about to explain. Just keep an eye on Ben's stick figure and the figure in front of him, okay?
Who's in the kitchen right now?
He's asking who's in the kitchen. There's one in the kitchen. Right, so as you can see in both Lee's, you'll see it a lot more in Lee's Really Haunted footage of the Connect stuff. The figures walking in front of him, behind him, whatever, walking all over the bloody place. And then obviously that one clip from Lainey and Ben, you see Ben on the settee and there's a stick figure walking in front of him. Now, a couple of things, first of all. The Connect, the SLS I should say, it cannot distinguish when a person walks in front of another person. They can't. Which I'm going to show you some examples. So obviously, because I haven't got my own bloody Connect yet, I've had to take some examples off YouTube's to show people walking in front of each other when the stick figures are being shown on the Connect or SLS. And you'll see what happens. Now this first clip is from, I think it was from a Microsoft demo about 2 or 3 years ago of the newest Connect. The newest Connect software is still really good. It's really bloody good, but it's still not quite there to distinguish 2 people crossing in front of each other. So this is the first clip. This is what happens when someone crosses in front of each other when they're using the SLS or Connect. Because obviously the SLS uses infrareds and 3D tracking to distinguish your joints, your shoulder, elbow joints, shoulders, wrists. The newest ones now, they're so advanced they can see you moving, they can see you tilting your head, they can even see your fingers and thumbs. But this is the first clip. Move my stupid fat head out of the way. Right. This was taken from a clip of a Microsoft demo. So you're going to walk in front of each other and keep an eye on those down there. What happened?
Not only did the controllers follow us, but
What happened? Let's have a look at that again, shall we? Alright, so I've zoomed in now. We're going to have a look at that again if I go back. Obviously, this is a different version of SLS stick figure because you can change how they look in the settings. You know, people choose different settings, but it's the same exact tracking data being used in every single SLS, camera, Connect, whatever. So that's what you want to be looking at right there. That's the two of them on screen. You can't see it now, it's up there. So when they cross each other,
sign me in. We can even switch positions here. And you can
that's what
see
happens.
that not only did the
And don't forget now, this particular demo here is a more advanced version of the kind of Connect stuff that, say, Really Haunted's using. GhostTube is definitely not used in the same software as Connect and SLS. GhostTube is like at the most basic of tracking using your phone camera, basically. What happens is when the camera, the Connect SLS, I'm just going to call it the Connect, right? Because it's basically what it is. When the Connect is detecting bodies, obviously it's detecting joints, neck, everything. It's figuring out where the body is. Obviously, if it's so annoying I haven't got a Connect. If I was here, now I'd be detecting everything else. If someone was to walk behind me, it would lose track of the person behind me because obviously it can't see through my body. It doesn't have X-ray vision. That's the key point here. The Connect does not have X-ray vision. Okay, so if we go back, notice how the body's in front of him. As you can see this in other pieces of this footage as well. The body in front of him is formed, and Lee, who's in the background, is the exact same shape. It shouldn't now. If I go back again, when I play this, you'll see when Lee gets up, obviously it sees the proper form of his body, because when he's lying down, the Connect can't detect that properly. That's why he looks all garbly mess. But when he starts to stand up, it forms his entire skeletal structure in the Connect software. But it shouldn't be able to do that because he's behind the blue figure. Do you see what I mean? You shouldn't be able to see his stick figure behind him right now, because the blue stick figure was in front of him. And you'll see more examples of this throughout that footage, like for this one for once. Mr. Coward. See that figure there? You shouldn't be hit. If I pause it, you should not be able to see a fully formed skeletal structure of Lee behind that blue, purple, whatever stickman. You shouldn't be able to see that because the Connect, like I said, is not X-ray vision. So that's why I know for a fact he's just overlaying old tracking data. Now, I mentioned this in the past about, you can basically take the tracking data out of the Connects and overlay it in Adobe Premiere, DaVinci Resolve, any video editing software you use. And then just obviously you act out what you want to do things, hit things. And then you go back and you film yourself sleeping on a settee and you just recreate what you want to do. And for, like the examples of Lainey and Ben. Now don't forget, this GhostTube app is nowhere near as advanced as the Connect software. So it's even worse. So to say now that, let me move my big fat head, sorry. This particular part of Ben's SLS footage, there's a stick figure walking in front of him. You should not be the camera of the SLS, his phone camera I should say, should not be able to detect his body behind there, because obviously it's detecting someone in front of him. So that skeletal structure there was filmed in a different parts, basically, and then they filmed another skeleton, obviously person walking in front. I don't know if it was Lainey or Ben, I don't know. They filmed that and just spliced the videos together in Adobe Premiere or something very similar. So that's one observation you have to take into account when it comes to Connects. You will, if you look at some examples like the older versions of Connect where someone would walk in front, the structure would sort of stay there if they were fast enough walking past them, but it would instantly turn into just a mess of limbs, because obviously the camera cannot track a person behind another person. It just can't. It's impossible. So, those two examples there are one of the biggest observations you should tell, that they just overlaying different layers in the video editing software and recording them at different times. Now, I know what you're going to say, well, how do you get a different layer of tracking data onto a different layer so you can make it look like there's someone walking through your screen? Now, like I said, I don't have a Kinect, so I've had to use other people's Kinect footage to recreate my own. Right, so this is one I recreated earlier using the footage from the Microsoft demo, and I'll show you exactly how I did that in a bit. So this was me just farting about and using the tracking data from the Kinect footage I got off YouTube. Obviously, like I said, I haven't got the Kinect yet, so I can't do my own little movements, unfortunately. But you get the idea. Now notice they're all side by side. Obviously, they're not in front of each other. And when their hands sort of get into view of another hand, the Kinect goes nuts. That's why it's all doing that weird little shaking right there now. And you can move those stick figures any way you want if you know how to do it. If I just quickly show you exactly how I did that without the Kinect, obviously. I'll show you when I do get the Kinect, I can do it a lot better. We're going to start throwing some shit about the room when I get my own Kinect. Let me tell you something. Not too much, because I like my stuff. But I'm going to show you exactly how you key out that black. This is one way of doing it. And I know what you're going to say, just because you can recreate it doesn't mean it's not real. True. But again, it can be recreated, which means you cannot believe what you see. It's as simple as that. Right, so we're going to do some stuff here now, right? It's real quick. It's only going to take about 2 minutes. So we got my clean plate, which I made earlier for my Kinect figures. We got that. Then we get the footage with the skeletal tracking data. Obviously, it's got a black screen. So the quickest way to do this, if I just quickly zoom that in, crop it down. Like, obviously, if you had more time, you'd make a bit of a better video. So we got our cropped video. Then we're using Ultra Key. Ultra Key is very good. We want to grab the color of the black. Obviously, it's not quite black, it's grey, but it'll work in any color. So we grabbed the color for the Ultra Key. Then we go into matte, transparency. Oops. Oh wait, you're not going to see it because it's not over my footage. It's over my footage, I've overlaid it. If I move it there. And go like that with it. So it's like in the corner like a ghost, right? Look at that. Now it's not quite there yet, so you got to do a few more things with it. If I go, and boom. You got your stick figure. Now again, like if I had more time, I would soften the edges up, make it a lot better if I move my stupid fat head out of the way. But you get the idea. Now obviously, I'm not using a Kinect, but you see what I mean. You can just overlay any Kinect data onto a video. So when you get your, you have a Kinect, and when my Kinect comes, I'm going to show you a lot more. But when you can like recreate things in your room with obviously fixed camera, because if you're moving, you have to involve 3D tracking then, which I know for a fact that they will not use because it's a lot harder to do. But if you have a fixed camera like this, you can do all kinds of things, throw shit, and then have your stick figure reenact that part, and then you just splice them together using editing skills. It's very good. But my whole point is, I have got a point. My point is, one, the Kinect or SLS, whatever, cannot see a person through another person. It's impossible. So whenever you see fully formed Kinect skeletal stick figures crossing over another, it's not real, it's just overlaid data. Now, the other thing I will point out as well, obviously these stick figures in Really Haunted at least, and Lainey and Ben, is supposed to be showing ghosts, and obviously we can't see ghosts. How is it tracking if you believe there's a ghost being tracked by the Kinect, this is what I said previously, the Kinect would see it. The Kinect would see something physically there. It can't pick up anything unless photons are being thrown by something, by a person, a body I should say. It's just impossible. If you can't see with your naked eye and the Kinect is tracking something, the Kinect can see it. So you should be able to see it on the Kinect footage, like the infrared footage or the skeletal footage. You should be able to see what that is being tracked. So the fact that the Kinect in Really Haunted's videos and Ben's videos doesn't see a physical body It just means they're overlaying tracking data. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. The Kinect camera has to be able to see something, even in the dark, because it uses infrared. It has to be able to see what it's tracking. And if the Kinect can't see it, the Kinect is not tracking anything. So then you know it's not tracking a ghost. It's as simple as that. But anyway, hopefully I didn't get too complicated in that, and I sort of explained myself fairly well. And like I said, if you watch this isn't me having to dig anyone. I'm just pointing stuff out. So anyone I feature in these videos, please don't go to attack them on their channel. That's not why I do this stuff. I'm just pointing out editing skills that certain people use to make their ghost videos. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you like this video. Leave a sub if you're new to my channel. I do these quite often. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.